Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. Today we're going to be tasked with confronting the difference between nostalgia and objective reality. And to accomplish this, I'm going to channel some vintage iDubbbz and do my own Kickstarter crap knockoff to expose a horrible anime related campaign hosted by that service. Now before we dive into that, let me provide some much needed context for the topic of this video. First, we're going to start by talking about anime conventions, a unique fixture in the realm of human gatherings, the type where you'll find everything from panels discussing the pubic hair length of Dragon Ball characters, to unique hookup opportunities for unwashed Discord mods and their fatherless kittens. But needless to say, anime conventions feature some of the wildest behaviors and traditions you'll ever see. And as a proud degenerate loser, I still have to admit that some of these traditions had their time and place and are better left in the past, much like the topic of today's video. Behold, the return of the yaoi paddle. Excited yet? If not, just listen to their motto that states, spreading a little bit of love one paddle at a time. So to clarify, obviously there's nothing wrong with being into yaoi, yuri, BL, or anything like that. The controversy surrounding this paddle has to do with people misusing what was supposed to be a goofy prop for convention goers. And as I explain what this paddle is, I'm going to start with a Kickstarter's description because it sets up the last part of this video, the scam arc of this campaign. Yaoi paddles carry immense historic value in the Western anime community and in con culture. They are at the same time loved and abhorred for different reasons. They were brought about in the mid-2000s and were primarily produced by the doujinshi vendor Asked to Be Removed, and you'll see why this company asked to be removed soon enough. But in a nutshell, during the early 2000s, the paddle was made by an artist named Aki Cafe as a gag gift for the owner of the doujinshi vendor Hendane. And according to the artist, apparently without their final consent, Hendane went ahead and mass-produced these paddles to be sold at conventions. While the paddle had its more playful uses, for cosplay or use between consenting people, there was many cases where it was used inappropriately on convention goers. Besides the scores of innocent people being physically injured by the paddle at conventions, using it on a stranger without their consent pretty much fits the definition of sexual assault to a T. Sakura-Con in 2007 was the first to ban the paddle, and perhaps unsurprisingly, the paddle was eventually banned by virtually every anime convention by the year 2010. And around that time, Hendane discontinued the sale of the paddle entirely. Which leads us back to the center of today's video, the Kickstarter project hoping to revitalize the yaoi paddle. In their description of their campaign, they state that all the heavy lifting has already been done, which as it turns out is right on the money because it appears that this project just straight up took the old Hendane design and concept and crudely switched out the old engraving with an abbreviated version of their own name. In fact, Hendane has made official statements on the matter, calling out the project on Twitter, stating that it blatantly stole their design and that they did not give permission to the Kickstarter campaign to use their product in any way. And overall, I've seen a lot of reaction to this Kickstarter project, and overall it seems like most people don't want to see it come back. An item that had its time and place, but should stay in the past. And don't take my word for it, even Hendane doesn't want to see the paddle make a return. Like I said, this paddle had its time and place, and besides this whole Kickstarter project being a complete ripoff of a former design, there is virtually no chance these will ever be allowed at cons anyway. If they were offensive enough to be banned in the early 2000s, you can bet it will never see the light of day in 2022. But that's gonna do it for this Kickstarter crap. I hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe for more daily videos, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.